Hello everyone, I'm Shivani, co-founder of IntuiWell and a functional nutrition expert. And honestly, after seeing so much content on magnesium online, I realized that almost everyone knows magnesium is important. But very few people actually know which form to take, when to take it, and whether the dose they are taking even makes sense for their symptoms. And this is exactly why some people says magnesium changed my sleep, while others says it gives me bloating, loose motions, or I felt absolutely no difference because all magnesium supplements do not behave the same way inside your body. So let's make this very simple and practical. If your main issue is poor sleep, stress, muscle tightness, headaches, PMS related irritability, or that tired but unable to relax feeling at night, then magnesium glycinate is usually one of the preferred forms because it is attached to glycine, which is an amino acid associated with calming nervous system activity. Plus, glycinate is usually gentler on the gut. Best time, evening or 1 to 2 hours before your bedtime. Now, second one, if your main issue is constipation, hard stools, or feeling like your bowel movement is never completely clear, then magnesium citrate may help because citrate form pulls more water into the intestine and helps soften the stools. But this is where many people unknowingly make mistakes. If magnesium ever worsen your bloating, cause loose motions or your gut already feels sensitive most of the time, then citrate might not be the best fit in your symptoms, especially if you have the IBS tendency. Now there is third form. If you go to the gym regularly, have muscle soreness, poor recovery, fatigue, cramps, or low exercise stamina, then magnesium malate may make more sense. And honestly, almost nobody explained this properly. Malate is connected to the cellular energy production pathways, which is why this form is often discussed more in workout recovery, muscular fatigue support. Another form you may hear about is magnesium threonate. This is usually marketed more for cognitive and brain related support. Now let's talk about magnesium oxide. Not because it is effective, but it is where many people unknowingly waste their money. It is cheap, easily available, and heavily marketed. But compared to the forms like glycinate or citrate, absorption is relatively very lower. So if somebody is taking magnesium mainly for long-term correction or better absorption, oxide may not always be the ideal choice. Now the part where most people get confused about the dosage. 1000 mg magnesium glycinate does not mean you are getting 1000 milligram elemental magnesium. And honestly, many people actually don't realize this. The actual elemental magnesium can be much lower depending on the formulation. So for many adults, starting somewhere around 100 to 200 mg elemental magnesium is often reasonable depending on the symptoms, diet, gut tolerance, stress levels, exercises intensity, other medications, and overall intake. Some people may require higher amounts, but that depends on the deficiency status and the individual needs. But more magnesium does not always mean better results. In some people, excessive doses can actually cause loose motions, fatigue, brain fog, lethargy, low blood pressure, or digestive discomfort. And please don't depend only on the supplements. You can also include certain magnesium rich foods regularly, like pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, almonds, cashews, peanuts, cocoa, moringa leaves, and nutmeg. Even traditional combinations might feel beneficial, like dal, green leafy vegetables. और अगर पूरा दिन सिर्फ चाय बिस्किट ब्रेकफास्ट लो प्रोटीन मील्स प्रोसेस्ड स्नैक्स पुअर स्लीप इस पे आप सरवाइव कर रहे हो तो मैग्नीशियम डेफिशिएंसी पैटर्न can be more worsen. And one last important thing, if your sleep is poor, stress is chronic, protein intake is low, vitamin D deficiency exists, or gut absorption is compromised, sometimes magnesium alone will not completely solve the issue because nutrients don't work in isolation inside the body. At IntuiWell, this is exactly how we approach supplementation, not just take magnesium, but understanding which form, for which symptom pattern, in which person, and what dose. Because the goal is not just taking magnesium, the goal is taking the right magnesium for your symptom pattern. Welcome to IntuiWell, wellness perfected for you.